We want to share with you a true story from the past. Our channel is new. First of all, don't forget to subscribe and like. Deep in the depths of a village in Turkey lived a legendary witch. When natural disasters hit the villagers, they decided to leave the village. In this village, the witch had a treasure of gold from ancient times, and everyone who was close to her was somehow killed by spells or made sick. Before the witch died, she cursed this treasure, which was hidden in the cursed land and protected lost souls. 100 years have passed. Two friends are sitting in a cafe and overhear two uncles sitting at the next table talking about this mysterious treasure. And the uncles tell them that those who go in search of the treasure never come back, and those who return are not in their right minds. With permission, the two friends sit at their uncle's table and listen to the story in depth. They make plans for the weekend, complete all their preparations, and set off. They need money badly, and they don't care about witches, evil spirits, fear, or anything else. As they set off, their excitement was growing by the minute. But everything changed when they turned onto the country road. The road was rutted and pitch black. The trees formed strange shapes, and the rustling of nature was made even more unsettling by the sound of the wind. Just then their car suddenly broke down. As they looked around, they began to hear strange noises. At first they thought it was an animal, but their fear was growing. As they struggled with the car, a silhouette suddenly appeared out of the darkness, a shadowy, vague, and menacing presence. In that moment, they realized that this journey was not just a search for treasure. They were heading towards a much darker secret. The dark presence suddenly disappeared and their anxiety deepened. At that moment, their car suddenly started, and they continued on their way. They pressed the radio button but got no signal. After traveling in silence for a while, they suddenly picked up a frequency. A voice started coming from the radio.
I know why you came here. After 3 kilometers, the road will end, and you will see a fig tree. I will meet you there.
They both looked at each other in horror. These words coming from the radio both frightened and intrigued them. They stopped the car and said, "We don't know whether to go or not." The search for treasure and the warnings of this mysterious witch contradict each other. They decided to go on. The road ended, and indeed the fig tree came into view. An owl was watching them from the tree. Suddenly the owl flew away and disappeared deep into the forest. As the friends were heading towards the described address, they were startled by the sound of screaming coming from the forest. In panic, a wolf-like creature grabbed one of the friends by the leg and pulled him deeper into the forest. Seeing this terrible scene, the other friend decided to get in the car and drive back. He told the police and everyone around him, but his friend in the forest was never heard from again. After that night, he himself lost his sanity and was said to sleep in cemeteries at night. The spirit of his missing friend is said to still haunt the forest. Stay tuned for more true stories and incidents.